Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to another video. And today, we're going to be exploring the funniest NBA fan moments in NBA history. Let's get right into it. First up is Carmelo's little kid hug. During a Knicks and Pelicans game in 2016, you wouldn't expect anything interesting to happen. But in the fourth quarter in New Orleans, when the two teams were playing, something strange happened. After a dead ball, a little kid ran onto the floor in the middle of nowhere and hugged Carmelo Anthony. Anthony didn't know who was hugging him at first until he looked down and realized it was a little kid. This may have been the best defense that the Pelicans played all season, and the kid just ended up going back to his seat with his mother smacking him on the back of the head. I think anyone who has ever played for the Knicks over the past 20 years needs a hug. Anthony ended up being concerned though, as he said it was a security issue. The Pelicans ended up looking into it and fired two officers who were working in the arena that should have prevented this situation. Imagine a little kid ruining your opportunity to watch live NBA games on the job. At number 2 is quote-unquote, "I'm sorry, I just wanted a Frosty." The next one is just Philly fans being Philly fans. No doubt the most ruthless fans in the league. On a December 22nd, 2019 evening, the 76ers and Wizards were playing in Philly. Isaiah Thomas was at the line, and after missing the first free throw, the Philly fans got all excited because, at the time, they had a promotion where if another team's player missed both free throws in the second half of a Sixers home game, they all got free Frosties. Isaiah Thomas ended up sinking the second one, so a lot of fans got mad. One in particular raised both middle fingers up at Thomas while saying some expletives, which didn't really sit well with him. He ended up confronting the fan as he felt disrespected. Thomas said he was just going to get security's attention when he walked towards them to point at the suspects, but he actually got thrown out of the game. Later in his press conference, he revealed what the fans said to him. He said, quote-unquote, "Sorry, I just wanted a Frosty." Fair enough, I guess. Thomas ended up being suspended a further 2 games for entering the crowd. At number 3, Russell Westbrook gets the finger. Here's another example of the Philly fans being the most relentless in the entire league. On October 26, 2016, during a Sixers home opener, a fan got crazy. When Westbrook was just walking down the court in the first quarter, a fan gave him 2 middle fingers while saying something most likely vulgar. Russ then looked around like, did anybody else just see that, while pointing at him. The fan ended up getting kicked out of the game. And if the Philly security was going to throw everyone out who gave the middle finger, they'd probably have to throw everybody out in the entire arena. The fan, after he got identified, ended up publicly apologizing for his actions. At number 4, Spike Lee and Reggie Miller. For this next fan moment, it was a whole saga throughout the whole series between Reggie Miller and Spike Lee. When the Pacers and Knicks were going to face each other in the 1994 Conference Finals, they made a bet. The bet was, well, if the Pacers won, Spike Lee had to give Reggie's wife at the time a major role in one of his films. And if the Knicks won, Reggie would have to visit Mike Tyson in prison. Then in Game 5, everything broke loose. They were playing in the Garden and Reggie was berated with chants of, "Cheryl's better." Reggie's sister, Cheryl, was probably the best female basketball player ever and once scored 100 points in a game. This got to Reggie, and he turned it up in the fourth quarter. Reggie and the Pacers overcame a 12-point fourth quarter deficit behind his 5 threes and 25 fourth quarter points. For every shot he made, he would just stare down Spike. Then after making a corner 3 to put the Pacers up, he did a choking sign towards Spike Lee, and then after a couple of seconds, grabbed his nuts while staring straight at Spike. Spike did get the last laugh though, as the Knicks grabbed the series in 7 to make the finals. But unfortunately, the original bet between Spike and Reggie was called off, so he never had to visit Mike Tyson in prison. At number 5, Blake Griffin pours drink on a fan. Up next, you gotta have this moment. After fouling out in the first game in the first round of the 2014 playoffs against the Warriors in LA, when Griffin was walking off, the Warriors fans near the middle of the court were obviously cheering. Then when Blake Griffin made his way off the court, he stopped to watch the replay of him fouling out while holding a cup of water and threw his hands up in the air. Of course, right behind him were probably the only Warriors fans in that whole section, and he dumped the water all over them. We're not sure if it was intentional or not, as both of the Warriors fans got that water dumped on them, had differing opinions on the situation, but I think that Blake knew what he was doing. At number 6, LeBron passes the ball to a fan. Alright, these next 3 are all part of a LeBron segment. Everyone wants to make LeBron an evil dude during his time with Miami because he created a super team, but he may have had the most fun with the crowd there. During a game against the Clippers in Miami, the ball traveled out of bounds on a bad pass. The fan then passed the ball to LeBron, then LeBron threw him the ball back and wanted the fan to throw it again, but this time better to LeBron. The moment became a social media sensation overnight, and this isn't even the funniest LeBron interaction. At number 7, LeBron tackles a fan for making a half-court shot. For the next LeBron moment, it happened during halftime of a Heat game in LeBron's time in Miami. At a Heat game, the Miami Heat were doing a promotion at the half, and the Heat offered $75,000 to a fan if he was able to make a half-court shot. The fan ended up making the shot with some awkward over-the-head one-arm bank shot, and the whole stadium went wild. LeBron even got in on the excitement as he tackled the man in celebration. The fan could have gotten another payday too if he were to sue LeBron. And at number 10 is LeBron is going to trade you. This game chant is even funnier than the Kawhi Trader chant and was directed towards the Los Angeles Lakers, and more specifically, Brandon Ingram. At the time, everyone knew that the Lakers were looking to trade for Anthony Davis, and everybody thought that La GM was behind it all. So during a February game against the Indiana Pacers, the Pacers fans chanted, "LeBron's gonna trade you" at Ingram while he was shooting free throws. Ingram was not oblivious to the chants as he said, "Yeah, I heard it" in regards to the chant. And the Pacers fans ended up being right. After the season in the summer, Ingram was included in a trade to the Pelicans, and the Lakers ended up getting Anthony Davis. It did end up working out in LeBron's favor, though, as he and AD led the Lakers to an NBA Finals bubble championship. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video, so thank you all so much for tuning in. Which one of these moments did you guys think was the funniest? Let us know your opinions in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon for more content just like this. We'll see you all in the next one.